Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner, alongside the Lone Ranger Bruce Woodburn. We're giving you all your real estate news and all of your mortgage news in Central Florida. We appreciate you tuning in because Lord knows what you watch on TV, these talking heads, most of them are wrong. Most of them still live at home in their mom's basement. So we're giving you the Central Florida real estate doing well despite a crummy economy, thanks to Sleepy Joe. And I want to go into a couple listings here, Bruce, because the buying power has increased. And I think we've got some people holding their breath, kind of waiting on the economy. They want some good news, and we haven't had much lately over the summer. And the interest rates is part of that bright news. The Fed lowering rates is going to help people a little bit at the gas pump. Hopefully it'll trickle down to that. It's going to help them a little bit on their HELOCs and their credit cards. Maybe when you're getting a new car payment, it's going to be down a couple bucks. But we still need more relief. We need a good economy in there. But Central Florida real estate always is the first to go up a lot and the first to rebound from when it's going, it hasn't gone down, but we're sitting flat.
We don't have the peaks and valleys that a lot of other places have.
We don't. Yet. So, and the big run-ups that are terrible in the luxury end. So I've got a listing here. I've got a great house. It's $450,000. This is in Providence and Davenport, and it's 3,000 square feet. Now, the nice thing about it's a townhome with a 2-car garage, and you are lakefront. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, but this is custom built, but 3,000 square feet, Bruce. Most of your townhomes are like 1,600 to 2,000 square feet, maybe 23. It's an end unit. So you've got, I'm counting the side picture here, 6, 8, you got 12 windows and on the side, letting more light in. And I've seen the interior units in this neighborhood. They kind of looks like a dungeon, like a shotgun house with no windows. And then this one is in excellent shape, custom built by ABD for $450,000 in a live guard gated community in Davenport. I've got one in Metro West. This is a tile roof, custom built, 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. It's going to be 4-bedroom, and it's 2,400 square feet for $640,000. Tile roof. You've got 20-foot ceilings when you walk in. The master is downstairs.
That's beautiful. And
wood floors throughout the first floor. Fresh paint. Big open floor plan. The master's got a sitting area in it with a 3-sided glass fireplace. Glamorous master bath. Big walk-in closet. Just a great house. Great location in this neighborhood. The dues are not that. They take care of your lawn for you. It's only like $300 a quarter, I want to say. It's not a lot. But to call me if you want to take a look at that. I've got lakefront in Polk County. This is $460,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 4-car garage, over an acre of property, and open split plan. Everything views the water, living areas, back porch. You got plenty of room. You can park your work trucks in the yard. There's no HOA, and you're looking up the lake, Bruce. It's a good sized ski lake. You can't even see the other side of it. You're looking south to north on this one. And the lake, that's the long leg of the lake. And you can't see any other homes around you. It's a beautiful view. For $458,000, that's in Polk County. And then I've got one in a 55 and better community in Royal Harbor. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, wood floors, fresh carpet, fresh paint, 1,600 square feet for $287,000. That is the best price in this community. And that's where you got to be. This house was listed before, and then I took the listing. We're getting lots of activity on it. It will go soon. And call me at 407-352-8118.
Yeah, or the Lone Ranger at 407-250-9144. Hey, I want to talk about affordable housing. So right now, affordable housing, the whole terminology of that has gone up. When you say affordable housing, what would you think affordable housing price point would be?
What do they clarify that off of? The minimum payment, like at the low income level?
Because affordable housing in Los Angeles is going to be different than affordable housing
here in Central Florida. $350 is going to get you in an affordable house.
I think so.
You might be in the townhomes and the twos.
Anything under, say, 350, 360 is considered affordable housing right now. But a lot of people are leaning toward manufactured homes more now than I've ever seen. And there are some really nice manufactured homes. I just want you to know the pros and the cons. The pros are you can get a pretty nice manufactured home right now. You really can.
They look good on the inside
good.
too.
And some
you
of
would
these
not know you're in a manufactured
home. And a lot of people are just like, they're just okay with it. So you get a lot of square footage, provided it's a double wide, a lot of square footage for the least amount of money, but they've come way up in price. Now, one thing I want to heed you against, don't buy a manufactured home where you don't own the land. Don't do that unless, now there are special occasions, you are retired and you're never going to move, because you can't get mortgages on them.
Yeah.
So when you can't
You're
get a
getting a
mortgage
car
on
loan.
something,
Yeah.
it's like a car loan.
Yep.
And it's worse because they start at about 10.5% interest rates. So I don't do them. Those are like personal loans. I won't do them. Mortgage companies won't do them.
You want land attached to
You
it.
need land. Land is what makes it real estate. It's not real estate if there's no land.
Yep.
So we want land. So don't do that. Now, a manufactured home, you're going to pay generally 1.5 to 2 times as much homeowners insurance as you would on a single family residence. Now, new construction homes block are going to be much cheaper insurance than a existing home and a whole lot cheaper than a manufactured home. And then on the manufactured homes, you have to make sure the title's retired.
Yep.
You have to have engineering reports to make sure the strap downs meet current codes.
Yep.
So, and you have to make sure you have pictures of the HUD tags and data plates.
But you're going to get about 10 to 25% less buying that manufactured home. Now, the one thing you'll see, if you definitely say, I got to have 2-3 acres, I got to have some space between me and the neighbors, that manufactured home might still be in the $400,000 or $500,000 range.
It could be.
As compared to it's hard to find those single family homes with a couple acres of land below 500,000 anymore in Central Florida.
But what you want to do is when you call me and get pre-approved, okay? Get yourself pre-approved. But if you are looking at single family and manufactured homes, keep in mind, the terms of your loan will be different. Manufactured homes are going to come with a little bit higher interest rate than a typical single family residence is going to have. So be prepared for that. The underwriting criteria also, Fannie Mae and HUD have a little bit more strict underwriting criteria. So be aware of things like that. But there are some deals out there. And you sell manufactured homes all the time.
Oh yeah, no, it's
right.
It's there, so, and it's that alternative. And usually it's because people want. I've got one coming up for about $150 in a great retirement community, Zellwood Station, right on the edge of a Popco, growing area. It's funny. I sold it for $90,000 about 5 years ago.
Right.
It's going to be $150.
Well, I'm telling you, we have never seen the surge in value in manufactured homes like we have today.
Yeah.
And I do construction perm manufactured homes.
Because if you do go buy the home and you have the lot, it costs about 20 to 30 grand almost to tie that down to the lot. Get your septic.
It could cost you more than that because a septic alone might cost you 10, 15 grand just for the septic
and the running utilities.
Then if you need a well, that's going to be another $5 grand.
Yep.
But then you've got to have the foundation in place as well.
Yep.
So these are all things to take into consideration, but you can buy a brand new manufactured home for 100 grand, 120 grand. You put that on your lot and then you put another 40, 50 grand into the well and the septic and the slabs and the driveway. And then you've got yourself a really nice house. If you work for a manufactured home company, I can help you with your construction loans. We will pay you at the closing table. How about that? Yep. Great product.
I got some numbers here, Bruce. It was kind of interesting. I saw some articles, Wall Street Journals, one of the only publications I get. I get all of my real estate publications, and then I watch some online newsletters of people in the industry to get all these numbers I give you every weekend on the show and the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. This is a report from 2021. Things were cranking because of COVID. And the article I saw was about how luxury homes are speeding up compared to a year ago. And that's because the rich folks know, and this is homes over $1 million, they know we're at the bottom and things are going to speed up again. So, and looking back here at 2021, how many sales, this is 1 week, how many sales do you think we had over $1 million in Central Florida?
I couldn't begin to
22 this week. And
22
homes sold over $1 million in this 1 week.
Oh,
so let's say that comes out to,
that's higher than I would have thought.
And then how many do you think we just had in last week? 25.
Really?
So more. Now, part of that's appreciation. And I look through these categories here. This breaks it out into under 500, over 500 to 1 million. There was more sales over 500 in this last week of this month than there was in 2021. There was 130 compared to 80.
That's incredible.
So that's people, and that's our economy doing well here in Central Florida. There was less sales in the standard, the median, the average price range.
What do the condo sales look like right now?
I don't have that broken down here on this.
I'd be curious to know because condos have been a real challenge for people.
Yeah. And so, in fact, I've got one coming up. It's a great price. It's only $94,000.
Yeah.
But this, it's just interesting to see. And it used to be like $1 million in Central Florida 10 years ago. That was unheard of. Where you're on a lake, you know, or it was
you're on a lake.
It was 20 acres.
You're in Alaqua,
but now that's reaching the point where that's just a good neighborhood. That's a 4,000 square foot house. That's where the construction starts in that neighborhood. And so this is what's important about getting into the game. We had our Leapfrog program last week, got some people there that are starting their journey on buying multiple properties and how to do that. And we teach people how to do that all the time. But according to your plan, you know, I talk to people about their dream home, Bruce, and they'll tell me about, well, I definitely want a 4-car garage, and I want my own separate exercise room. I want at least 3,500 square feet. And I'll help them get there in a couple of years, figure that out, what that looks like. And sometimes, a lot of times it's getting your finances in order, knowing your budget. But here in Central Florida, real estate's still appreciating despite our Sleepy Joe economy this year. And I think things are just going to take off. No matter what happens with the election, I think we're going to take off again because these rates will continue to come down. Going a lot better, though, if we get the Trumpster back in there.
Well, here's something I want to cover. We talked about Leapfrog. And how we help people become homeowners. So we had a class last week, and it was phenomenal. We had a lot of great people in there, and there were a few realtors that showed up as well. So what we have done is we've taught you how to buy multiple properties for minimum amount down, how to accumulate wealth so you can generate wealth through your retirement. You know, when you have properties, say 5 properties that you use as rental properties, and they're all free and clear. How do we get them free and clear? I show you the method on which I accelerated my payments to get my properties free and clear. Now, they're not all free and clear yet, but they're getting there. By the time I'm done, they'll all be free and clear. Let Cleve and I show you how to do that. So when I'm ready to retire, I'll have about $25,000 to $30,000 a month worth of income coming into me from my rental properties. That's pretty significant. I feel like I can easily retire with that kind of income. I bet you would too. That's a lot of money to be able to bring in on a monthly basis when you're retired.
Well, it's
funny. Most people can't do that.
7-8 years ago, you had to own 5 houses to have $1 million in real estate. Imagine getting those paid off. Now that might just be 2.
Well, it might, depending on where you are.
Depending on what you're doing, where you are. But like our median price, that's 3 homes, and those are going to appreciate. And even if that's just 3% a year, that's what we work. You work your numbers on realistic things, not on if you pay for our coaching program. We don't do that. We're just telling you what's worked for you, what's worked for me. I've got 15, 20 landlords I know with tons of properties, and there's 1 or 2 flippers. It's funny. The flippers are not as rich as you think they were. I know a lot of people that tried flipping something. I only know 2 people that do it really well. And I know they've all bought and held their real estate to make tons of money.
Well,
and even the best flipper.
A few properties in my day, and every now and again you can get lucky.
But then what do you do with it?
But here's the problem with flipping. If it's not your full-time job, don't do it because you're not going to make money at it. You're going to spend time and take time out of your job to go work on a house. And by the time you're done, you're going to think you made money. But if you added up the time you put into it, you probably didn't. So, hey, I want to talk about young people getting in the market right now. So one of the things that we talk about in our Leapfrog class is that if you start buying property in your 20s, you have a 70% chance that you will retire as a millionaire. 70% chance. Yep. So if you don't have a job that will ever make you a millionaire, let me show you how to become a millionaire and keep the job that you have. Because say you're a nurse and you make 80 grand a year, 60, 80 grand a year. Yeah. You're never going to get rich.
Unless you live at home with mom and you pocket your whole paycheck.
And let's say your husband is an engineer and he makes 80 grand. So you make 160. Well, 144 right now is your average income for a household. You're not going to get rich at 144. It used to be, my God, I broke $100,000 and I thought I was a king. But now it doesn't work that way with inflation the way it is, thanks to Sleepy Joe and come all the tail. But here's the thing. When you start buying property young, it will compound itself. And I'll show you how you too can make a lot of money in real estate and not be a realtor. You don't have to be.
Nope.
You just buy real estate.
Nope. What's how much time we got, Bruce?
We got 2 minutes.
Okay.
No, excuse me. We got 2 seconds. So go ahead and give your number.
407-352-8118 for Central Florida's Voice of Real Estate, Cleve Loveland and the Loveland team. Property management, sales, buying a house. We can help you with that. If You want to know what your real estate plan is going to be, I can help you figure that out. 407-352-8118.
Or the Loan Arranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes.